Great time. And hopefully next
And maybe even some of us older owners is, but I'm back.
Teeny
Bites.
Hey fools, Mr. T back with another Teeny Bites. Let's get into the subject at hand. And the subject at hand is virtual reality. Why isn't virtual reality a gimmick? I bring this up because I was watching a video from Watch Mojo. They do a lot of top 10s and, you know, a lot of list videos, the kind that you start watching and before you know it, you're 2 hours in and you watch like 30 of them. Because they're mind-numbingly entertaining for some reason. But anyway, they had a video on top 10 things that NX needs to do. And I say needs to do because that's what the video says. Top 10 things that NX needs to do to be successful, basically. And one of them was have an option for virtual reality. And I was like, what? Because one of the things that it says that the NX needs to get away from is those quote-unquote Nintendo gimmicks. And I'm like, why is it having an option for virtual reality a necessity? And again, it's an option for virtual reality, but the video says these are things that NX needs. So it's basically saying it needs to have an option for virtual reality to be successful. So I'm like, well, virtual reality is a gimmick. Because I remember in 1994-95, when everybody would hop on the virtual reality bandwagon, you had like that Lawnmower Man movie. You had Disclosure with Demi Moore and Michael Douglas. You had him. And that movie had virtual reality. And there's a bunch of other movies that came out around the time. And there were certain games on, there were not really games, but there were these demos on PC a lot that had the kind of VR applications and stuff. And VR was pretty big back then, and it was a gimmick and it went away. And I profess it is still a gimmick. If the 3D in movies and the 3DS 3D effect is a gimmick, then virtual reality is a gimmick too, because they're not really offering anything new in the realm of control. You're just basically looking around, not unlike what you would do holding the gamepad and using that tour mode or that tour app or Google Maps app on Wii U. You're just basically able to look around. It's not adding anything new to gameplay. It's just a visual aesthetic. And I say it's a gimmick. So I'm wondering why the Watch Mojo at least feels that it needs to be in the NX for it to be successful. What do you think? Do you think virtual reality is a gimmick? I'd really like to know what you guys think about that, because as I said, I feel like it is. I feel like a lot of people feel like it's not a gimmick because it seems like a lot of companies are doing it. We have a short memory span and we forget that a lot of people were doing virtual reality back in the mid-90s. It seemed like it was going to be the next big thing, and obviously it wasn't. Close your eyes for a minute. Imagine if there was no virtual reality headsets all over the place like we're getting with Oculus and the PlayStation View, or whatever they call it, I can't remember. And other companies are doing it too. Imagine none of that was going on, and Nintendo announced the NX and said that it's going to come with a virtual reality headset. Would you then consider it a gimmick, or would you be giving it a pass? It seems like the gaming media and the entertainment media seems to be doing this time around. Just wondering. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. That's it for this Teeny Bites, and see you fools next time. Oh yeah, one more thing. Play Nintendo, fools.